Hey Celeb 20 fans, today we are diving into an exciting story about President Trump's daring plan to shake up one of America's most iconic cultural landmarks, the Kennedy Center. You don't want to miss this whirlwind of drama, art, and politics. Imagine a place where the best of American art, music, and theater come together. A true jewel of our nation. That's the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. It's been a home for dazzling shows, world-class performances, and an enduring symbol of the arts for decades. But now things are about to get very interesting. President Trump has announced a plan that could change the way the Kennedy Center is run forever. Early on Friday, President Trump took to his social media platform Truth Social to deliver a message that sent shockwaves through the arts and political worlds. In a series of posts, he declared in his own bold style that he would dismiss several members of the Kennedy Center's Board of Trustees and install himself as the new chairman. Trump's message was loud and clear. At my direction, we are going to make the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. great again. He added that he would immediately terminate multiple individuals from the board of trustees, including the chairman, who do not share our vision for a golden age in arts and culture. And then came the grand finale. We will soon announce a new board with an amazing chairman, Donald J. Trump. This declaration has left many people wondering, does he really have the power to do this? And what exactly does he mean by having his vision for the arts? Before we dive deeper, let's talk about the Kennedy Center. For decades, this prestigious venue has been a beacon of American arts and culture. It hosts thousands of shows every year, including performances by the National Symphony Orchestra and the Washington National Opera. It's a place where artists from all over the country come together to celebrate creativity, talent, and the rich history of performing arts. The Center Board, which has 36 members, is responsible for guiding its mission and ensuring it stays true to its cultural legacy. Typically, these board members are chosen for their expertise and contributions to the arts, and they serve for 6-year terms. At the helm of Kennedy Center's board for more than a decade has been David M. Rubenstein, a well-known financier and philanthropist. Rubenstein was supposed to remain as chairman until September 2026, even after announcing his retirement in January 2025. His steady leadership has long been credited with maintaining the Kennedy Center's reputation for excellence and its tradition of bipartisanship. In fact, the board itself has always been evenly divided between appointees from both major political parties, a balance that many believe is essential for keeping the arts a unifying force in Washington, D.C. But now President Trump's announcement threatens to upend this long-standing tradition by saying he will fire board members who don't share our vision for a golden age in arts and culture. He is clearly signaling that he intends to replace current leaders, including Rubenstein, with his own picks, ones that fit his personal and political ideals. So what's really going on here? Let's break it down in simple terms. President Trump has always been known for his big, bold ideas and his unfiltered way of expressing them. Over the past few weeks, he has hinted that he wants more control over cultural institutions like the Kennedy Center. Even since his first term, he has been outspoken about his views on art, culture, and even who should be celebrated in these spaces. Remember when he skipped the Kennedy Center honors? That was a clear sign of his willingness to break with tradition if it didn't suit him. Now, with his recent social media post, Trump is taking another step. He wants to make the Kennedy Center great again by purging the current board and installing a new one with him at the helm. This move is not just about changing a few names, it's about reshaping the very image of one of America's cultural treasures to match his vision. And it comes at a time when Washington, D.C. is really buzzing with debates about political influence, fairness, and the role of public institutions in our society. The Kennedy Center's board has long been a symbol of bipartisan cooperation. In recent years, the board has been evenly split between members appointed by former President Trump and those appointed by President Biden. For example, during the final weeks of his administration, President Biden filled several vacancies with trusted aides and political allies, names like Karine Jean-Pierre and Mike Donilon. Meanwhile, Trump's appointees from his first term, such as Pam Bondi and Elaine Chao, remain on the board. This careful balance was meant to ensure that the center represents a broad spectrum of American views. Trump's latest announcement, however, seems to target this balance. Many believe that he is aiming to remove those who learn or lean more towards democratic values and replace them with supporters who share his own outlook. It's a dramatic power play that not only challenges the norms of how the Kennedy Center is governed, but also tests the legal limits of presidential authority over such cultural institutions. Several board members have reported that they were completely caught off guard by Trump's announcement. They say they have not received any formal notice about their termination, leaving them in a state of uncertainty. This sudden shakeup is unlike anything the Kennedy Center has experienced in recent memory. At its heart, the Kennedy Center is more than just a building where shows are performed. It's a living, breathing part of America's cultural identity. Changing its leadership isn't just an administrative matter, it's about influencing what kinds of art and ideas are celebrated in our country. When a former president like Trump steps in and claims he can reshape such an institution, it sends a message that cultural and political power go hand in hand. Critics argue that Trump's move is an example of him trying to impose his personal agenda on a respected institution. They worry that his plan could politicize the arts, turning what has traditionally been a place for creative expression into a platform for his own political messages. Supporters, on the other hand, might see it as a necessary step to reclaim the Kennedy Center for a vision they believe better reflects American greatness. It's a debate that cuts to the core of what art, culture, and political means to the American people. Let's put this in a way that everyone can understand. Imagine your favorite school playground, a place where all the best games and activities take place. Now picture someone coming in and saying, "I'm going to change everything here because I think my way is the best." Some kids might be excited about the new games, while others would be upset about losing traditions they love. That's a bit like what's happening at the Kennedy Center right now. For decades, the Kennedy Center has been run by a mix of people chosen for their expertise, regardless of political leanings. This balance has helped it remain a place where art and culture are celebrated for everyone. Trump's plan to take over the board and install himself as a chairman is a radical departure from this tradition. It's a sign of the growing tension between long-standing institutions and those who want to remake them in their own image. In his social media post, Trump promises that his change would usher in a golden age in arts and culture. He believes that by reshaping the board, the Kennedy Center can be transformed into a place that reflects his idea of greatness. He criticized some of the current board members for not sharing his vision and even attacked the center for featuring shows he deemed unfit, such as those with drag performances that he claimed were specifically targeting our youth. Trump's rhetoric is bold and unapologetic. He says that new board will include an amazing chairman himself who will lead the Kennedy Center into a future that he believes is brighter and more successful. His message is clear. If you don't like the way things are done, then it's time for a big sweeping change. As of now, no official statement has come from Kennedy Center about Trump's plan. The organization has yet not confirmed whether board members will indeed be dismissed or if any legal steps will be taken in response to his announcement. With board members reportedly caught off guard, many are left wondering what the next few weeks will bring. This isn't the first time Trump has tested the boundaries of his authority. During his previous term, he already broke with tradition by skipping the Kennedy Center honors, a move that raised eyebrows among many in the arts community. Now, in the first 100 days of his second term, he is again pushing the envelope by attempting to reshape a cultural institution. It remains to be seen how far he can go and whether his actions will stand up to legal and political scrutiny. The arts are a powerful force in any society. They inspire us, challenge us, and bring us together. The Kennedy Center, with its rich history and commitment to excellence, plays a major role in the process. Changing its leadership is not a minor matter. It could have long-term consequences for the kinds of shows, performances, and artistic expressions that are nurtured there. For many people, the arts are a place of refuge and creativity, free from the divisive nature of politics. When a high-profile figure like Trump steps in and attempts to control such an institution, institution. It raises concern about whether the arts will become just another battleground for political power. Will the Kennedy Center continue to be a place where diverse voices are celebrated, or will it be molded to the fit a single narrow vision? President Trump has promised that the best is yet to come for the Kennedy Center. He insists that a new board will be announced soon, one that he believes will truly reflect what he recalls the brightest stars on the stage from all across our nation. Whether this means a complete overhaul of the current leadership or just a few changes remains to be seen. Critics, however, are not holding their breath. They worry that his move is just the latest in a series of attempts by Trump to upend the established norms and exert control over important American institutions. Legal experts are already debating whether Trump even has the authority to unilaterally dismiss board members who serve fixed terms. Meanwhile, board members and staff at the Kennedy Center are bracing themselves for what might be a turbulent time ahead. At Celeb 20, we love to keep our finger on the pulse of the biggest stories, especially ones that mix politics, culture, and a little bit of drama. This latest move by President Trump has sparked a huge conversation across the nation. Some people are cheering for his bold attempt to make things great again, while others are deeply concerned about the impact on one of the most cherished cultural institutions. Think about it like this: when you are part of a family, sometimes someone tries to change all the rules and decide everything on their own. It might seem exciting at first, but if you love tradition and fairness, it can feel really upsetting. That's exactly how many people feel about what's happening at the Kennedy Center right now. Whether you are a long-time supporter of Trump or a fan of the arts, one thing is clear: this is a story that's far from over. The Kennedy Center has stood as a symbol of unity, creativity, and bipartisan cooperation for decades. President Trump's plan to reshape its board and install himself as chairman is a bold, controversial move that challenges the legacy. It's a reminder that even most of our beloved institutions are not immune to the tides of political change. As this saga unfolds, we will keep a close eye on the developments. Will the Kennedy Center remain a shining beacon of the arts, or will it become a stage for political power plays? Only time will tell. Thanks for hanging out with us on Celeb 20. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing stories. Thank you.